up, guys? It's your girl Asheray, and I'm back with another video. I'm gonna try to make this as entertaining as possible, but I have a headache, so hopefully I don't bore you guys too much. But anyways, this is Love and Hip Hop New York season 10, episode 5. This episode starts out with Rich and Jennaske talking. Jennaske is in the studio, and then she was like, doing her voiceover or whatever, saying how she wants to apologize to Rich for what happened. When she comes out of the booth, Rich is talking to her, and she says that he asked her what happened, and she told him that she's not about the drama or whatever, but she was gonna defend herself. And I just feel like in that moment it was like more like Jen pushing the issue than it was Jennaske. Like Jennaske did taunt her a little bit or whatever, but I think like Jen instigated that whole situation, so she should have like, not instigated it, and then it would have been fine. But I mean, if you can't, and I understand she saw Phresher holding Jennaske's hand or whatever, and she felt some type of way. But if you can't trust your man, then maybe you just shouldn't be with him. Let me stop here. I'm gonna apologize in advance if you guys hear noise in the background. I'm gonna try to edit it out, but I am back home and it's loud or whatever. So, all right. So back to the review. Phresher walks in. He's asking her about the what went down in the showcase or whatever, but he's just loud with it. And she's just like, she basically like put him in his place, and she's like, if you can't control your bitch, how you gonna control your business? And I'm like, Rich is like, exactly. And I'm looking like, exactly too. Like, it's just, if you can't control your personal life and you can't control her not messing with your business, how could you possibly think you're gonna have any type of business? I don't understand that, but whatever. She, like I said before, I kind of like Jennaske, and she's proven that she's all about her business, and I hope that she makes the right moves for her. But it just seems like Phresher is not trying to let her go. He told Jen that Jennaske was money for them, so he's not trying to let her go. So we'll see what happens with that. So Jonathan and Sam are having karaoke in her apartment. I was like, but it was cute or whatever. Juju comes in and Jonathan starts with the drama. Of course, always Jonathan has to tell everything that's going on, but you gotta love Jonathan. He says that he doesn't quite remember everything that happened the night that he was basically yelling at Tahiry. I guess he was drunk or whatever. um, but he said he doesn't remember what happened, and so like Sin's like, just tell me what's going on. So they basically tell Sin, um, that Tahiry told them that Erica, is trying to get Tahiry and Joel back together. Jonathan, Jonathan is hilarious, okay? He's like, I could just imagine Erica sitting there stroking her black cat, coming up with her schemes or whatever. I'm like, Jonathan, you're so dramatic. He is so dramatic. But anyways, Sin acts like she's unbothered about this whole situation, but I'm not buying it. I don't think Sin's unbothered. I think Sin is bothered by this whole situation, but she's trying to act like she's unbothered. But I'm not buying it. Safaree is still insisting that he did not invite Yandy to the wedding, and I just think this is like, bro, just admit it. Like, he don't want to admit it. He trying to dance around the situation, but no, what you said was an invite. You invited her, so just admit to it and apologize and move on. But he's not gonna do that. So Erica says that she feels like Safaree betrayed her trust, and the apology that he was giving her was just whack. He gonna say, I'm sorry if you feel like I did, and I'm like, bro, that's not an apology. And how passive aggressive is that? That you saying, I apologize if you feel like I did something. Was not an apology at all. So like, just if I was Erica, I probably would smack the shit out of him. Like, but they clearly have two different definitions of what an invitation is, and but I just don't see what the big deal is. Either she's gonna come to the wedding or she's not gonna come to the wedding. It shouldn't be this whole big thing about her coming to the wedding. And he just, Safaree, with his playful attitude and smirking while they're talking, he's starting to irritate Erica, and quite frankly, he was starting to irritate me too. Cause if I'm talking to you and you talking about, oh, people smirk when they get nervous, no, how about people get smacked when they smirk when I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you? Like, how about that? How about them? Like, it's just. And I'm not a violent person, no, not that. It's just that was irking me that he was doing that to Erica. Um, Erica is really upset about the situation, and the way Safaree's acting, like he's, well, the way both of them are acting, I don't think this is just about the whole Yandy coming to the wedding thing. I think this is like a deeper situation, and something else is going on there. So we shall see. We shall see what's going on. So, he keeps saying that he asked her a question, but it wasn't an invitation. And Erica's getting annoyed with it, and I was getting annoyed with it. She walked off, and I was like, "Thank you," because I'm really getting annoyed with this whole situation. Like, you invited her. Stop acting like you didn't invite her, and stop irritating your girl. Like, grow up. Remy meets up with Papoose, and Remy basically is telling Papoose that she's ready to get back to her music, that she's going to Miami for a couple of weeks, and she's taking a baby. And Papoose is like, "You're taking what baby? You're not taking my baby." And she's like, "I'm taking the baby." And he was like, because the reason why it came to that, because he said he couldn't leave because he had some things of his own that were going on, and that he had to stay in New York, and he wanted the baby to stay with him. But Remy just was like, "How can the baby stay with you when I have breasts?" And the baby apparently is breastfed. So in the end, they talked it out, and Remy ended up taking the baby to Miami with her. I just love their love. Like, I say that all the time, but I love their love. Um, Phresher comes home and his things are being packed, and Jen is like, she's over his shit. She's packing up his stuff. She's telling him he has to get out. He can't stay there no more. He's trying to talk to her, but Jen is not trying to hear nothing that he's saying. And she's just basically said she doesn't trust him. She doesn't trust Jennaske. She doesn't trust any of the women that he deals with. And I'm like, bro, in this business, I know I keep saying bro, I'm sorry. Like, in this business, like, you're gonna deal with um your man being around females, because it's a music industry, so he's gonna be around females. Like, if you can't, like I said before, if you can't trust him, just leave him. Simple. Then you'll be done with it. I mean, I know it's not that easy if you really love someone, but if you can't trust him, why keep putting yourself through the same things? And she's saying like the females are not gonna respect her because he's not respecting her, and which is true. But one thing that she said that just like, I was like, girl, stop. She said she wants him to go back to being the man that he was in sixth grade, the man that she fell in love with. First of all, he wasn't no man in sixth grade, boo. He was a boy that you thought was a man. Second of all, if he goes back, nobody is the same. Nobody is the same from last week to this week. Nobody's the same from last month to this. Like, people change on the daily. So how can you say you want him to go back to being the person? I mean, I guess in a way she was trying to say she want him to be the person that she fell in love with. But I guess the way she said it, like, you can't make people be who they used to be. Like, you can ask him to be a better man for you. Maybe that would have came across better. But the way that she said it, I'm just like, bro, no, don't work like that. But she basically kicked him out and told him he had to go somewhere else. And he's like, I love you, I love you. She's like, bye, and closed the door and locked it. And I was like, hell no. Safaree is taking salsa lessons. He's trying to impress Erica, and then he tells Tahiry what happened with the whole Yandy and Erica situation of Yandy being or not being invited to the wedding. And Tahiry basically told him, like, basically, nobody should be able to tell your wife anything about you that your wife does not already know. And that's true. Like, nobody should be able to come to you and tell you nothing about your partner if you don't already, like, if they're coming to share some information with you, your partner should already know that information. It shouldn't be new information that your partner is just finding out. Like, no. And I just thought it was ridiculous, the outfit that Safaree had on to go to this salsa lesson. Just because you're taking a salsa lesson does not mean that you have to dress up like a salsa dancer, Safaree. I don't know. Maybe he's just doing it for the cameras. Um, so Tahiri told him that basically that he broke a bond, which is true, and he says he's gonna fix it. So let's see how he decides to fix this situation. Sandy's in the studio, and Joe pops up, but apparently she called Joe to the studio. She says she just wanted to talk to him about the situation, and she just jumps right into it and asks him about the Tahiri situation, about to hear Erica trying to hook them up or whatever. And Joe is Joe, and he's nonchalant about the whole situation. And he asks her, "What is Tahiri saying about the situation?" And Sam's like, "Hell, I don't know. I haven't talked to her." And I'm like, "Joe, stop being an asshole, okay? Stop being an asshole and tell this girl, like, either you are going to pursue something with Tahiri or you're not going to pursue something with Tahiri. It's one or the other. Like, don't play around." But Sin, if you don't care, like, if it's not that big of an issue, why are you pushing him or pressuring him about the issue? So he just basically told her, we met up at Safaree's house because she was there and Safaree invited me. Then we met up later to go shopping for Erica and Safaree's wedding. And she just, she says she doesn't want him, that she just wants him to respect her. But I'm like, how is he not respecting you? He didn't bring this to your attention. Other people brought this to your attention. And if you don't care so much, why are you pressing the issue and telling him that you're not the one to play with? Like, I'm so confused. Which one is it, saying? Do you care? Do you not care? Because at the end of the day, if he's going to be with her, okay, cool. But he didn't bring her around your son. So how's he disrespecting you? Don't get it. Remy is in the studio with her baby in Miami. She's having kind of a hard time with this. Well, not really a hard time, but she got the baby on her hip and she's trying to bust a rhyme. So I'm just like, or that's not the right terminology for it. What is it? Lay a track. Okay, whatever. She's in the studio. Okay, and she's, rapping. So, um, so she was just saying like how rap isn't about the music anymore, how everything has changed, how people worried about your followers and what you do every day. And she says that's not what she's used to. That's not what she remembers. And then Fat Joe calls and then she tells him that she's in the studio, blah, blah, blah. They have a whole conversation about what's going on. She tells him how Pat wasn't really happy that she left, but he understood that she had to do what was best for her. And contractually, she has to get this album out that she was supposed to put out over a year ago. So she says she gives props to her husband because he put everything on the line for her. His career was popping when she went to jail, and he put everything on hold. He stopped his whole career for her. So she said it's his time to, do what he needs to do. So she's okay with them being apart for the moment, but she still needs him because it's her rock. Black love. Rich and Jennaske are at a radio station, and the guy K Slate asked her to shoot a freestyle, and she spit a freestyle or whatever, and then he told her if it wasn't for Rich, he wouldn't even talk to her at all. And she was saying how she went there with Phresher, and Phresher was the one that was spitting the rhyme or whatever. And then now it was her turn, and how Rich basically came through for her. So they was having a conversation, and Rich was saying that he was just saying like, look, I've done all these things for you on the house. And she was like, well, do you 100% believe in me? And he was like, I shouldn't have to tell you that I 100% believe in you. Look at the things that I've done for you to show you that I believe in you. And I was like, yeah, he's done some things to prove to you that he believes in you. So she tells him that she's gonna be exclusive with him, and I'm just waiting to see what happens when Phresher finds out. That's all I'm waiting for. Safaree rents a penthouse and penthouse suite to apologize to Erica. She comes in and she appears to be very happy from the beginning. He gives her a real apology. Thank you, Safaree, because that's what she deserved from the beginning. You just been an asshole. Um, and then they basically make up. Then he proposes to her again with a watch that she says that she's wanted for a long time. So instead of a ring this time, he proposed to her with a watch, and it was sweet or whatever. And they made up, and that's that. Safaree got it right finally. Like, I just think it's crazy that he has to talk to Tahiry first to get it right. You should have got it right from the beginning, bro. But nonetheless, you got it right. Jonathan has a sit down with Sin and Erica. Why, Jonathan? Why are you always putting your stuff in the middle of things? This is not your business. I don't understand. Like, Sin's your friend or whatever, and you are cordial with Erica, but this is not your business. Anyways, there's an awkward silence, and then Sin's a straight shooter. She just gets straight to the point. She says she asked Erica about the whole situation. Erica says she's not playing Cupid, but when she sees two people together that had history and they obviously still have some feelings for each other, she felt like they should explore their options or explore whatever. And Sin said Erica should have considered her feelings, and Erica was like, why she's not concerned with Sin. And they go back and forth. Then Sin starts crying and said that it's hard, and that Erica should be understanding as a woman. And Erica says that Sin's trying to turn her into big bad wolf, and they just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so Erica gives no fucks. Erica doesn't care. And she has no apologies for Sin. So Sin apparently, I don't know if she faked. Well, I don't think she faked the phone call, because I kept hearing something vibrating. I was like, is that my phone vibrating? But obviously it was Sin's phone, and she was kind of rude about it. She just got up and left and didn't say nothing else about it, and nothing was resolved. So that's that. And so that's the end of my review, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already done so. And remember, if no one else tells you that they love you, Ashray loves you. Bye.